Hello everyone. I wanted to share this review with you of one of my most favorite dog training e-collars that's come out over the past year. It's the Dogtra 1900X. Here's the transmitter, here's the receiver. There's a lot of things about this unit that's very positive in so many different ways. One thing is in a line of sight and flat ground, it gives you a range of 3/4 of a mile. Please consider that if you're in an area of elevation or vegetation, that may limit the range. But I always tell people, if you ever have to use your collar to correct your dog or use it to assist the dog in its training, it's always best to have that dog in sight. So let's get started with this right here. So with the transmitter here, one of the things I want to show you is it does come, even though I don't have the box with me, this is actually a client's collar. Unit right here. The dog was dropped off the other day and they asked me if I would just continue to use this for them. So anyway, you can put a lanyard in this little slot right here and hang it around from your neck, or it actually comes with a belt clip. This, like I said, these are not installed on here. That what I prefer to do is clip it to, like in my training vest or to my waist, my belt, and I can clip that on there. But there is one that comes with it in the package, but in the box, but it's not on this unit at the moment. The other thing that's great about this unit right here is it is expandable for 3 dogs. You see right there, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, you see that? And here is the receiver. Both of them are waterproof. Again, this is a great unit when it comes to being used from obedience or in the field or in the water. It's a great unit. So let's turn this on and get started with the features here. So here's your on-off button on the transmitter. Let's push this in. Let me put the receiver down. We're going to turn this on. All right, you see the screen right there, and what we'll do is we'll go up to like 10 and leave it there. Now I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to put the transmitter down and pick up the receiver. Now this does come with a very sizable collar strap. Some people take and cut them down to fit their dog specifically, and then they use a soldering iron to clean up the frayed edge there. So to turn this on, the button is in between the contact points, and what I'm going to do is turn this upside down. I will push the button. The light is on, you hear the tone. That took a little bit for some reason. Okay, so now we have the unit on. Let's go around the features here. You have lights, so if your dog's out running around at night, hopefully their beard doesn't cover it up or their fur. But if you need to locate the dog in the dark, watch this. Boom, boom, boom. You have lights right there. And actually, if you tap that, it'll blink for you. You see that? Now, the next was tone. You hear that? Okay, a lot of people will use a tone and refer in regards to, like, you know, good dog, bad dog. It gives you that option right there. Some dogs respond to it well, some dogs don't. The other one is on the other side is pager. Listen. You hear that? It vibrates like your phone. All right, let me take and turn this light off again. Okay, there we go. Now the light is off on it. Now the next feature is this button right here. That's the boost button. Where the boost button comes in is if you have a dog that you know the normal range for that dog. Let's say if you put it on the dog and it responds best at level 20. Okay, now there's a way you can go in, and not only is it in the owner's manual, but also Dogtra has it on their YouTube channel on how to set the boost. But basically what you can do is, if you know through training that it takes a little bit more to get your dog off a distraction, whether it's chasing a deer, chasing a squirrel, chasing a bicyclist, you get the idea. Of course, you never want anything to be really truly negative to your dog, but sometimes they may need a little extra to get their attention. But you can push the boost button and it takes it up to that level that it's preset, but you have to preset it yourself, okay? And it takes it from like level 20 up to 35. Sometimes with dogs it doesn't take much more, but it makes it quicker for you to be able to do that. Now this unit right here is not the hands-free. They do offer a hands-free unit that you have another little transmitter, so to speak, that'll go around your wrist like a watch. Okay, so the other thing that's great about this unit here, and it's like the 280X and some of the other Dogtra units, on top right here where you can select your levels, you see that? Okay, is you can take, and I'm going to take this back down, I'm having to use the screen to see that. So you take your, basically that's a rheostat in there, but you can take this right here, and I don't know if it'll show up on the screen or not. You can push down and it'll lock it. You see that lock icon right there on your LED screen? It'll lock it in place. So no matter if you turn this or not, it's going to stay at the level you set for your dog. To unlock it, you push back down and it's unlocked. So again, it is programmable for 3 dogs. I know some people that have bought this unit for 2 dogs and it works great for them. And I would recommend this for dogs that are like 25, 30 pounds up. It works great for them. So also the other thing is you have to turn this down, and let's see if we can get this to show up on the screen right there. I'm going to hold the on off button and the thing right there, and it will go from C, continuous, to, no, we're not, come on, something is not there. Do you see that? It finally went over, it went from continuous to momentary. Okay, so continuous, as long as you hold the button down, it's like 10 or 12 seconds, it will continue to stimulate. You really don't want to do that at all. But you have momentary. Sometimes momentary may not be long enough. The way I train with the dogs, I teach them to do everything that I ask them to do conventionally. Then I use the e-collar to help reinforce that. And I usually take and add the stimulation with my voice, so it gives my voice a little bit more authority. But at the same time, I really want the dogs doing it without needing the e-collar. I don't teach with the e-collar. I use it to reinforce the commands they've already learned. So hopefully this has helped you a little bit on making a decision, but this is something I highly recommend. And to turn these units off, you go right back in reverse steps. You can let me get this back over here, and you can hear this turn off. The red light's on, there we go. And I'm gonna turn this down back to 0, which it's at. And we're gonna take and push this button in and just listen. It's off. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, send me a message and I'll be glad to answer them the best I can. Thank y'all, and y'all have a blessed day.